What's happening, all you beautiful, 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 beautiful people? It is the Vaslap. It is the South American tour. It is another episode. We're wrapping up the Serie A this time after the disappointment of last episode. We're not going to talk too much about that. We're getting back on the horse. We're coming through. We're winning the Serie A. At least I hope we are winning the Serie A. We still have a few more games, and things haven't gone too well. You'll see what I mean. And then we move on to next season, and we look forward to the Copa Libertadores. That is where we're aiming for next season. That is what we want next season. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff as well. The beautiful, beautiful stuff. Your boy, the Vaslap, is now out of it. For now, let's run that intro. What's up, guys? Your boy, the Vaslap. I'm annoyed. I am absolutely still annoyed. Played yesterday. We lost the Supercopa Americana. I got a notification from the board saying that we need to sort out the financials because apparently we're negative 14 million in debt. That should help when the Copa Libertadores money comes in as well. Don't know if it'll take it into the black, but yeah, we've lost 17 million this season. I don't know where, but tax purposes, expenditures, I don't know. You can have a look at the debts. There's still debts to be paid, which only end in 2043. So there we go. We're still paying 87 million in debts. So yeah, the board are not happy. They have reduced our transfer revenue from 75% to 60%. And then my wage budget for next season has been slashed to 500,000 per week, which is still fine because we're going to be above our committed spending of 423. Our transfer budget of next season from 23 million is going to go down to 11.54 million, which I'm not happy about. But that is the least of my worries because this is the worst run of form we have been on this entire season. I think the last time that we were on this terrible form was when we lost to Internazionale in the cup and then lost to San Lorenzo in the Supercopa Americana. That's the last time we had two back-to-back losses. And now we've got two back-to-back losses and two draws in a row. One victory from our last five, and the victory is against a team that beat us in the Supercopa America final, which is super annoying. Since the last episode, we only played the one game, which was against Grêmio. In fairness to this one, we had a lot of players that were off on international duty, which really, really annoyed me a little bit. In the starting 11, we had Keo Jorge was injured, so he didn't play. Terekos was away on international duty. Jabali was on international duty. And then Ferredes was on international duty as well. Marquinhos was on under 20 Brazilian duty, so we didn't have a proper left back because Juf was on international duty as well. I was very, very annoyed in that game, and I'm not even going to show you the highlight because I was just so angry in that game because we had so many problems and it just wasn't going our way. I switched off the game, went to bed, had a little cry, woke up, and now we're here. We have an opportunity to win the Serie A. All we need to do is win our last two games. We could potentially win it in just one game if Atletico Paranaense lose to RB Bragantino, who haven't had the best of seasons this season, and in fact have already been relegated. I didn't actually notice that when I switched this on. But yeah, a team once upon a time, one of the best teams in Brazil, or in Sao Paulo really, have gotten relegated. They're the ones that bought Leite Ribeiro from me, who I might consider bringing him back if we can have the funds, because he's a damn good left back, and I really liked him, so I might bring him back. I don't know. Also have Guzman Costa, by the way, who played a game for Uruguay for me. Very good goalkeeper. Don't want him. But anyway, we're focusing today. We are taking Atletico Mineiro. They are sitting in 11th place. They are technically in contention to get a Copa Libertadores, although the negative 12 difference is not going to help their case because they are 6 points behind Fluminense. So unless there's a huge, massive swing, they're not really playing. Although they've got a game in hand over Juventude and Internazionale. It's just Grêmio that they really have to worry about. But I think Fluminense don't need to worry too much about them. Our second game is against Sao Paulo in the final games of the season. Atletico Paranaense take on Flamengo. So there is a little bit of hope that they do have a slightly more challenging match in the final match like us. I don't want it to go to the match, so we need to beat them. This is the team that is going to start in the game. We're going to go Heleno in goals, Gonzalez on the right, Ruiz, Similovic, and Juf. Kings, Al-Jabari, Lucas Rafael, Torrecos, Franco Duarte, and David. Duarte comes in because Caio Jorge is still injured and isn't fit enough to play. He'll probably miss the last game of the season as well. Igor Cesar, also injured. He'll be back for the final game of the season. I've opted to go with Al-Jabari and Kagawa just because Gabriel is just on such poor form lately. And, I mean, Jabari isn't exactly on great form, but yeah. Same reason why Lucas Rafael comes in. He's been on much better form than Antonio. Antonio hasn't really looked the part since his injury worries are kind of behind it, but expect to see him maybe come on as a sub. Let's go to the game, taking on Atletico Mineiro. This is a must-win for us. Couple of minutes into the game, and Juf with a long-range effort looking for Lucas Rafael on that right-hand side. Couldn't find him, but he manages to get the ball from the clearance from the defender. Al-Jabali goes over the top, looking for Torrecos, cuts it inside. David has been on such horrible form in these last 5 games. He really has struggled to just score a goal, to be honest. He's just not performing at all. Gonzalez, who's come in to replace Danilo Bozo, by the way, he was also Danilo Jr., rather, playing terrible. David was there. Lucas Rafael finding David again. This time he heads it in. Finally, David scores. There's an appeal for offside. Please let it count. 53 goals this season is absolutely insane. It's going to count. It's absolutely going to count. Kings with the initial cross wasn't great to him. Joaquin cleared it. Lucas Rafael with the assist. I don't even know where they were appealing for offside there, but it is going to count. Gabriel Delfim can't keep it out. David finally gets on the score sheet. I mean, David was well in. It was not offside. Not offside at all. Joaquin played him definitely onside there. It is a good start to us. Gonzalez now on the right. Cuts inside to Duarte. Not a good jumper, Duarte. Good finisher, though. David, though, is a great finisher and couldn't beat the goalkeeper from point-blank range. And Gabriel Pirani now brings it forward for them and then gives it away. Simonovic on a yellow. Makes me a little bit nervous. Duarte. Torrecos. Back to Duarte. Beautifully done. Duarte pulls it back for Torrecos. Kings with the shot. Brings them up to 9 goals of the season. Kingawa possibly playing one of his last games in Santos colours. I have made the decision that we need to really bolster up the midfield, and I feel that Kings at 31 might be on the decline. But that's to say that if we can find someone that is as good as Kings, we do have Igor Cesar. We'll probably slot in there and make Kings a backup player, but I don't know if I want to use one of my foreign slots for a backup player, but he is very good. It is one of those that we're going to be talking about when the transfer special does roll around, because there is going to be a big rebuild for the Copa Libertadores. A lot of players are on the chopping block for the upcoming season. We'll talk more about it in the transfer special. Right now, we are focusing on the league. And I know it says that we are currently 5 points ahead, but Atletico still have one more game. They play tomorrow on the Sunday against RB. Like we mentioned, a match that they should be winning. But if they don't win that game and we win this game, and we are winning this game 3-0 now, we could be stamped champions by the last game of the season, which will be very, very good for me because we play Sao Paulo, who are currently in 3rd in the last game of the season. So literally, I just realized first plays 3rd, second plays 4th in the league. 5th, rather. Flamengo 5th. That is insane. But we are currently winning 3-0. David Kings and Simonovic getting all goals. Simonovic on a yellow does make me a little bit nervous. Duarte on a yellow makes me a little bit nervous. Not going to make any swaps. Let's go to the second half. Juf with the throw. Torrecos brings all the way back to Lucas Rafael. And that's his 14th of the season for Lucas Rafael. I don't think it's his 14th goal for Santos because he was on loan. But that is a goal. And sometimes, you know what? With no disrespect to Atletico Mineiro, sometimes you do need to play a little bit of a whipping boy to get back on form. This will be our first victory in 4 games. It's been a run of very bad, poor form, which unfortunately meant we bottled the Suda Copa Americana. We were the favorites going in that game, and I'm still not going to get over it. And I'm just happy that we're picking up a victory, putting the pressure on Atletico. Hopefully, they can stumble tomorrow, and we don't need to worry too much about the Sao Paulo game. That is the hope. That is the dream. Juf, going to bring it in. Juf looking for goal number 5. David is getting goal number 5. Al-Haji Malik Juf with the assist. It's 5-0. I need to rest some players for that Sao Paulo game. A lot of our players are jaded, as they say in the Football Manager, and requesting rest. I can't afford to send them on holiday just because it's the last games of the season and they must just suck it up. You know, they get paid a lot of money. They need to suck it up and play good football. We're going to make some swaps. Actually, Flamengo is 6th. Corinthians are 5th, by the way. But anyway, we're going to make some swaps here. Duarte not playing great. 660 is not great. Antonio is going to come in over on the left-hand side. Can play both sides. Terekos looking super tired. We'll bring on De Silva to play there. And then elsewhere, Juf can have a little bit of a rest. Marquinhos can come on. Synergy on yellow makes me nervous. Ferreres can come on there. It's been a general sub for him. And elsewhere, Al Jabali, you can come. Or you know what? Actually, I'm going to keep Jabali on. Take off Kings. Rest him for that Sao Paulo game. Bring on Gabriel to play there. Just need to rest some players. We're 4-0 up, 5-0 up rather. There's no way we're going to bottle this. So bring on some fresh players. Give some key players a bit of a rest. Hopefully, Heleno, by the way, can keep a clean sheet in this game because he hasn't managed to do that often lately. And he does get a save there. And I thought I might have cursed it when I mentioned that. Note, Vaz, don't mention clean sheets when they are on attack because that is not smart on my behalf. You can see the defense is absolutely shocking. 5.9 from Pereira. The goalkeeper, 5.8. Jalquima for 6.4. Benghart, what is 6.2? What is the defender that took off? What is his rating? 6.2. Balulu. Nice. Anyway, this game looks like it's going to end 5-0. Not much time left in the stoppages. It is going to end. We're going to keep a close eye on the Atletico match for tomorrow. Let's see if we're going to be crowned champions. If we are, you know what? I might just do the Sao Paulo game and you guys can have a look at some of the younger players. We'll give them a bit of a run. Why not? If not, well, let's praise you for that one. That was great. Let's come back for tomorrow. Well. We are champions. RB Bragantino did a little bit of a favor for us, beating Atletico Paranaense 2-0 in this game. Somehow a flat back 7 just somehow managed to beat their impeccable form. They've been on such good form as well this season, and especially in the dying sort of games. They've been on very, very good form. And yeah, just to confirm, Santos win the Serie A. There we go. Apparently a pivotal match was the 8-2 drumming of Grêmio. I don't think that was a pivotal match. But it is, in fact, a victory for us. We lift the Serie A championship. That is our second trophy for the season. Could have been our third. And after lifting the Sao Paulo Cup thing, that Paulista Schiredi in April, we have done the impossible. We're trying to catch up to Palmeiras and Flamengo on 13 and 12. We're now 9 and quite cemently third as the third best Brazilian team of all time. A fantastic little thing. A proud day for Neymar as well. Where are you? You're a manager unemployed. Do you want to be the manager of under-20s? They need a manager. He hasn't had a job since he retired in 2026. You can see 2027 he was named in the Brazilian seasonal best 11. Maybe you can become the manager. We'll see. We'll see. It'd be nice to have Neymar back. Get the feet into managerial football. But there you have it. We've broken the Flamengo stranglehold on that one. 13 of their titles come in the last 5 years. Look at that. 5 trophies in 5 years for them. We've managed to break it. Santos is the Serie A champions, which means the Sao Paulo game basically means nothing. I'm going to play the reserves for this one. I'm going to just see what we have. Simonovic is suspended. Doesn't matter. We're going to bring up all the reserves, see who's good enough to play in this game. We'll come back and give you the full rundown of that game. Right, we're back for the Sao Paulo game. I wanted to play a lot of reserves. Turns out that they're not registered, so I can't play them. We do have 3, though, that are coming to team. First, we're going to talk about is Longaré over here. Brazilian 19-year-old. Very good left back, by the way. I mean, he's not bad as a good left back. He can even play right back as well, an attack, which is always nice to see. And if we just compare him to our starter in Juf, which is here, you can see he's quicker than Juf. Not as good as Juf, though, but Juf does have a couple years on him. Yeah, I think this kid could be done. Maybe another loan out. He could be quite good. In the midfield, we're going with Strotsky playing there as the center attacking midfielder. Not as good as our previous guy we looked at, but a very much capable centre mid. 21 years of age, worth 1.7. We'll probably look to try and move him on next season. And then on the left-hand side, Jorge, who is actually quite a little prolific winger. Issue, though, he is injury-prone. He's had a lot of injuries at just 21 years old. So there's that. And if we just compare him to, I'm going to compare him to Duarte, who's the backup left back, sort of the same mold of player. Where is Duarte? He's not called Duarte. He's got another name first. I think it's with an R. Where's Duarte? Am I missing Duarte? Is it not an R? It's not an R. There we go. Franco Duarte Reinaldo. I knew it was an R somewhere in his name. You can just compare the two of them. You can see very similar type of mold of player. Again, faster than Duarte, so interesting to see. Same age as Duarte. The issue that I have with this is Duarte, like Jorge, seem to be better molded as attacking midfielders. He is wanted by Corezio, who are currently playing in the Serie B. Did you guys get promoted? So you'll be back in the Serie A. Also, our affiliate got promoted, which means they're not going to be our affiliate anymore in São Bernardo Football Club Delita. And you know what? I'm happy for them. How did our players do there? Diego Morello, who's our players? Victor Gabriel is one of ours. No, he's not. Is Morelos one of ours? No, he's not either. Who is one of our players? Players they've brought in. I'm sure they've got some of ours. Are they not using any of our players? Oh, all their players came back. Now I remember. They all came back, and I think they've stuffed some of them in the reserves. No? Under 20s? No. Okay, so they haven't used any of our players for the rest of the season, which is a bit sad, because I thought we had a little bit more affiliates there. But I know, like, I thought it was Cabore who came back from loan, wasn't happy there. Anyway, they got promoted, which is nice for them. We've got our match. This is the team. Heleno in goals. Gonzalez, Ruiz, Jean Basso, Longre. Jean Basso getting his last game of the season. We have agreed to set him on release. Starsky and Thiago going to play in there. I want to give Thiago as little bit of time as possible. He is one of the guys that are on the chopping block. Although his potential is quite high, I might just loan him out instead of selling him. Lucas Rafael continue on the right-hand side. Terekos, Jorge, and De Silva. The bench, as is looking quite good. Let's go to the game. Taking on Sao Paulo for the last game of the season. It really is just a throwaway game. And there we go. Sao Paulo giving us the God of Honor. Look at that. We are the champions. Get our God of Honor. Look at me. My long hair still. Let's just skip that. Let's go to the game. All right. Oh, and in other news, by the way, Santiago Mele has decided to reverse his retirement and is now eligible for Uruguay yet again. So expect to see him in the World Cup. Yeah, we haven't found a better Uruguayan goalkeeper. I know haven't done much of the Uruguayan matches, just because we haven't really had much since we've qualified. I think we played one friendly against Turkey, if I remember correctly, which we drew. Then we played Brazil and Colombia in the last two qualifiers, which we drew and won, beating Colombia, drawing with Brazil. Kelly for them brings it in, and that's an own goal from the man, Lautaro Ruiz, the man who's replaced Basso as the centre-back pairing. Ruiz is someone that I'm definitely looking at building the defense around next season. Similovic getting a little bit on in age. His quality is just maybe not at the best. Ruiz and Ferredes maybe a little bit better. The only issue is that both of them are very much right-footed. So expect to see Ruiz and Ferredes maybe changing paces, and then we're looking for a new centre-back to play as the pairing. It's going to have to be a Brazilian because we just don't have space for foreigners. But we'll talk all about transfers in a bit. Longere with a nice little tackle there to keep Kelly at bay, but not for long because Mohamed Al Ben Ramadane with a beautiful little finish for Sao Paulo. It's 2-0 up with 22 minutes on the clock. Longere did very well to keep him and then just didn't follow up with the tackle. Marlon Gomez brilliantly in, and in the end, I think that was Rafael who tried to get the tackle in, coming all the way from the right-hand side. Couldn't get there. And maybe there's some hope in this team. I don't know. Terekos definitely need to get a good backup team going because at the moment, I think that was the main thing in our Supercopa Americana campaign is that we really struggled when key players get injured or go on international duty. We just absolutely crumble. And I'm going to use Keo Jorge as an example. Juf as well is another big example. Funny enough, Igor Cesar, since his injury and hasn't played, we haven't played well at all this season. By the way, Hugo Cesar came back from injury in his first training, picked up a concussion, and was out for the rest of the season. So that's always fun. But yeah, I think we do struggle a little bit with depth in the squad, and it is somewhere we're going to be looking at, and as well as a good goalkeeper. Heleno is good, but at 19, I feel like he's not the long-term option. I did state when we bought him, he was a little stop-go option for us, just to try and steady the ship, because he is better than João Paulo. But one man that has looked good, and a foreigner that is going to cement his place next season, is Terekos. He has been absolutely vital for us when it comes to goals and assists, especially helping the likes of David getting those 53 goals this season. Terekos has been absolutely fantastic for us this season. And you know what? Shout out to Jean Marcia as well, coming in every now and then and stepping up as the depth option. That is a terrible kick from Heleno, and an even worse kick from their striker. Braz should have finished that. That was absolutely shocking. We got away with everything there. That was dog, wasn't it? As they say. Right, we're coming into the halftime. Felipe da Silva has a injury. We're going to take him off. I don't feel like we need to risk him. All of our players are dangers of being booked. I want to give Antonio a little bit more time as the striker. We do have a very good reserve striker that I am going to bring up, who played at Coruzio this season and helped them get promoted. So he's definitely going to be coming up as the backup striker to David. We'll talk about him in the transfer special. Don't you worry your little heads. I've already got a team mapped up for next season. I know who's going to sell. I know who we're going to keep. There's a few players that are on the cusp, but we're definitely going to be looking at bringing them in. Let's make some swaps. Nothing has happened. Some guys are looking a bit tired out there. Rafael is looking a little bit tired. I'm going to bring on Duarte, and I'm going to move Duarte to the middle, and Terekos can come on to the right. He's looking good there. Thiago not playing great. We're going to give Al Jabali a bit of a run. This is possibly his last game of the season. Longare has played well, but he is looking super tired out there. Marquinhos can come in there. Elsewhere, Luis, you can come off for Fedez. Bring him on there. And you know what? Gonzalez, come off for Daniel Bozza. Oh, we can't do that. I was going to say it's going to be Daniel Bozza's last game for us as well. He is on the chopping block at 31, going to 32. Don't see much of a future with him at the club. Bosso, who we know is leaving the club on a free transfer. A few other guys that are leaving as well. Al Jabali, Paredes goes over the top for Duarte, and Antonio puts in the back of the net. I think he was offside. I think Antonio was offside. I really want to make Antonio work, but these injuries, it's a stop, go type of season. And he just hasn't really performed towards the end of the season to the point where, I mean, Rafael has come in and really just performed much better than Antonio on the right. Felt like Antonio was the right man to replace Anthony with as a long-term project. But those injuries, man, they haunt me. They really, really do haunt me in the squad. You can see our heat map. We have just been all over in our own half. That is not, I'm all over them in their half, keeping them back. Terekos. Basso with the header. Could go out with a bang. Santos, I'm sure he's been at Santos forever, hasn't he? How long? He's been since 2023. He's been at the club. Bought him for 2.1 million from Aroca in Portugal. He's a good player. He has been a very, very good player. Even this season, 35 appearances, 4 goals, 1 assist, and 6.99 average. He hasn't been bad, but at 32, like I said, this season is probably his last. Well, it is going to be his last because he didn't want to sign a new contract. There was an offer on the table, but it was a significant pay cut, which he didn't want to do. And I just can't justify paying him more if he's going to be a fringe player when we're looking at bringing in proper centre-backs to really build up our defense, because that's one thing I do think we need to sort out is the defense. Diego Costa now for them. I should actually commentate this game. I haven't done that at all. I've been talking about our team and the future. Braz, who is a man that I have scouted, by the way. Braz gets pulled down in the box. Marquinhos pulls him down. Marquinhos is another one that's sort of on the cusp of being cut in the team. He's one of the ones I'm umming and ahhing. As a backup, is he good enough to be a backup? When decisions like that, I'm not sure if he's got the mentality to step up. And of course, Juf has just got that position on lockdown. Heleno gets it in the back of the net. Pablo Maya, easy finish from Heleno. Chose the wrong direction. It's 3-1 to Sao Paulo. It doesn't matter. We've won the league anyway. That's all we're focusing on. I am going to do a little season review to end off the episode, so don't go anywhere. We're coming back for the season review. We're going to talk all about the squad. We get to see the trophy lift as well. That's one of the reasons why I came back for this game. Even though it's not at home, we do get to see a little bit of a trophy lift. Poso will lift the trophy in his final game for Santos. A well effort from all of us. João Paulo also had his last game in the Supercopa Americana. I haven't decided to play him. He's just been absolutely shocking as a goalkeeper. And there we go. It is a big old trophy. At least there's something to celebrate in this episode, which I came in looking very, very worried, considering that we had to play Sao Paulo in the last game. And you know what? Shout out to RB. They gave us that option to win the league. There we go. We've won the league. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back for the season review. It's probably going to be like in a month's time or so. We're going to smash continue until then, but don't go anywhere. We'll do the quick season review as well. Right, we're back for the season review. I thought it would be a month. Apparently, it was just 2 days. And I also realized that we have a month till the new season starts. So it's going to be a very short transfer special. But anyway, take a look at our signing of the season. Without a doubt, it is going to be David. 48 games, 51 in total. Coming 3 times off the bench, scoring 44 goals and 9 goal assists. Absolutely ridiculously good. Brilliant to see. Lucas Rafael came in for 30 games. Came in during the halfway mark. 7 goals and 11 assists from him. Thomas Gonzalez also picked up 11 assists and 1 goal. Kings, 9 goals, 14 assists. He was absolutely brilliant for us this season. Al-Haji Malik Diouf, who, in my opinion, was probably one of the biggest signings we have. Not as good as David, but I think would definitely be a second best in signing of the season. 2 goals, 9 assists, but a 710 rating at left back is absolutely insanely good. Al-Jabari, I mean, 1 goal, 10 assists. You can't ask for more than that. A 710 rating. And Simovic came in towards the end of the season. 6 goals, no assists from him, but brilliant. And then 3 signings that I wasn't really too happy with, but I feel are good long-term projects. And that is Heleno in goals, Fredes and Ruiz all coming in the defense. But long-term projects, like I said. I do have a map. Nice to see Stolado, though. Picked up 15 goals and 6 assists for Al Fasay in Saudi Arabia. And Kane as well, who went for free. This was one that I didn't do. It was predetermined already. I kind of liked him. I wanted him to stay in the midfield, but he already agreed to move on to Sergipai in the D division. And did quite well there, didn't he? 732, 4 goals, 6 assists. I mean, good. Elsewhere, any good signings that I sold that, you know, didn't contribute too big? Any big names, anything? Roberto Liero, 675 in the end. Maybe would have had a better season with us. I'm not 100% sure. Diego Carrera was another one. 1 goal, 3 assists for him. There's the centre-back. Not bad return for Botafogo. Mateus Martins in Cagliari played 9 games. Hasn't scored a goal yet for them. Lusandri off to Saudi. That's what, 14.25 million. That was a good sell for us, I think. That was a very good sell. And Sandri also did well for Vasco da Gama. He just didn't want to stay. Arroyo was the other one that I remember. That was the one I kind of regret a little bit selling because he's such a good defender. But when 9.75 million comes into your door and 18.75 million, the two that I sort of regret selling is Anthony and Arroyo. Let's have a look at the season, of course. David, the top goal scorer for the Serie A competition. You can see we were pretty much dominant until that last bit of patch at the end there. I mean, I suppose the Sao Paulo game doesn't make us look good, but we do win the league in the end by 3 points, a huge, huge goal difference. RB Bataningo, Fortaleza, America Minaro, and Tombense all getting relegated. Of course, in this cup, we have won the competition. And Germano were randomly chosen over Sante Ano as they finished with the same amount of points and goal difference. So randomly selected the team that's alphabetically ahead, I guess. I don't know. But they both get relegated anyway, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. We were completely undefeated except for our last game, which the cup final, the first leg. But we managed to bounce back and win that. Copa Libertadores, let's not talk about that. Copa Sudamericana, let's not talk about that. And the Copa do Brasil, let's not talk about that. Let's go to moments to remember. Beating Agua Santa in the Sao Paulo Cup 9-0. Gramero in the match to remember Serie A. And then goal of the season goes to Redrago Cesar against Oriento Palmera. He's a player that I kind of missed a little bit. Was he on loan? He was just on loan, but he's joining permanently for Nacional. How did he do for Internacional? 3 goals, 3 assists, so not too bad for him. We do get 250,000 from him. In terms of the financing, everything has gone up except broadcasting, which drops a little bit by 20,000. No surprise that David is the #1 shirt sold. Bit of a surprise that Tulio is there. He's one of the guys that is going to move off next season. This is how their FM's consideration of best lined up teams. João Paulo in goals, obviously, because he was the worst of the bunch. Daniel Boza was great. Tuf was great. Simovic was great. Lusandri, of course, was better than the other two that we brought in. Igor Cezanne, Jaberi coming in the midfield. I think Kings deserved a little bit of spot there, but Igor was a little bit better in that position. Anthony, Tarakos, Caio Jorge, and David all in the squad. There we go. We won Brazilian Manager of the Month. Sao Paulo Best Manager of the Month. Of the year, rather. Oh, it's just month. Month of August and month of April. And then the best manager for the Brazilian Sao Paulo State Best Manager. There we go. And then also we won the... what is that? Is that Manager of the Month? That is Manager of the Year as well. So we won that as well. Our records, Tarekos, Best Player, Fans Player of the Season, 7.5. Young Player of the Season goes to David. Signing of the Season goes to David. Goal of the Season we spoke about. Top goal scorer, 44 goals for David. Tarekos with 27 assists. Most man of the matches, Tarekos with 9. Highest average ratings, Tarekos with 7.5. And most complete passes was Johan Ferredes. Also, by the way, Tarekos is only 25 years old. So that is going to be absolutely brilliant for us. Some records. David breaks the most goals scored in a season with 44. And then also most goals scored in a single season, a league season with 29 goals. Most goals by a player in the match, 5 goals. David put that in there. And then most players goals scored in a league match, also 5 by David. Most assists goes to Tarekos. We're breaking that record of 27. Most league appearances by a player goes to João Paulo, and that is how it's going to end at 402. He's not going to get more game time. And then we also paid £15.5 million, the highest transfer fee paid ever for a player. And I think it was well worth it because that went to David. There we go. That is the Serie A. We can just confirm everything else. Contracts, a couple of new contracts coming in there. David gets a team of the bonus and top goal scorer bonus, which I didn't think he was going to get, but he did. And Duarte gets a league bonus as well. There we go. Santos winning the league to confirm that. The overall best 11 as well. Who was added into this one? Anthony was the added, and Helino became as part of a backup. I don't guess we had a good backup goalkeeper, but yeah, this is pretty much the standard team. I think Caio Jorge, Tarekos, and that's it. That's the only guys you're going to see from next season. And then here we go. That is a victory for us. We got the new plans for next season. We gained a couple of followers as well. Club Vision, what do they want us to do next season? Just to work within a budget. That's all they want. We accept all of that. Squad dynamics is going to change a little bit. End of the season, we'll do that quickly now as well. We're going to just plan to be competitive in the Copa Libertadores. That's all I want to do. Maybe not win it, but let's see, trying to reach the latter stages. I think that is the aim for next season, and I don't want to talk about anything else. That's all we need to talk about, just to get morale up there. Season squad break. That is it, guys. We've got a whole bunch of loanees that are probably going to be coming back soon as well. We'll have to check up on that. We've got a transfer special. I'm going to go straight into it because, like I said, the season is ended, but literally in a month's time, if we go compared to last season, which started off in January the 14th for the Sao Paulo Cup thing, we then did have a little bit of a break. I say a little bit of a break. We didn't because we made it to the finals of that one. But yeah, that is the play. So 1 month to do as many signings as possible. I'm going to map up some squads. We're coming back for the transfer special. Don't go anywhere. Well, there you have it, folks. Serie A champions yet again, confirmed into the Libertadores next season. We've got a transfer special coming up next episode, so make sure you stick around for that. Your boy, the Vaslap, reminding you to please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment or two. Do you think we need to do a massive rebuild for the Copa Libertadores, or do you think we're just a little bit unlucky in the Supercopa Americana? You let me know. Your boy is out. Peace. Chicken grease.